My cherished child, at this very moment, there exists a profound occurrence linked to your name, so vivid and momentous that even destiny has taken a moment to pause. There is a person burdened with the weight of a ring, envisioning a future alongside you. They have meticulously rehearsed their sentiments, their breath, their heartbeat for weeks and stand on the precipice of approaching you, prepared to devote their entire essence to you. They are poised with quivering hands, believing today is the day. This is the moment, the transformative juncture where all their aspirations are anchored in you. Yet, just as they prepare to take that crucial step, they uncover a truth about you that paralyzes their very spirit. In an instant, their heart did not merely stop, it shattered in a manner for which they were wholly unprepared. They had visualized the radiance in your eyes as they unveiled the ring, the gentleness in your expression upon hearing their fervent confession, and the warmth draping their shared future. However, what they discovered was not insignificant or mundane. It was a revelation so staggering that denial or justification became untenable. It engulfed them like an uninvited tempest, unexpected, unyielding, and deeply personal. Suddenly, the courage they had cultivated over those weeks disintegrated, as their mind was overwhelmed by one haunting question: how could this be true? The ground beneath them felt unstable, as this was the last revelation they ever anticipated regarding you. Beyond this discovery, their emotions spiraled into disarray, shock entwined with yearning, confusion intertwined with love, and fear mingled with hope. They did not retreat because their affections had diminished, rather, they stepped back because this new knowledge reshaped their entire perception. It recharted the path they had envisioned. They paced through rooms, fingers tangled in their hair, whispering to themselves, striving to grasp the implications of this truth for both of you. Astonishingly, despite the unpredictable twist of fate, their heart remained inextricably drawn to you. An inner voice insisted that this narrative had not yet concluded, that something monumental awaited just beyond the horizon. And they could feel it resonating within their very core. My beloved child, heed this moment, as the air thickens, sharpens, and electrifies with each passing second. The individual who was on the verge of proposing finds themselves unable to remain still after uncovering your truth. They continually revisit each conversation, every smile shared, and all the memories created together, seeking to decipher your true intentions. Their hands tremble at the memory of the idyllic proposal they had meticulously orchestrated, the location, the timing, the very words they intended to express. Yet now their heart is ensnared between conflicting storms, the pain of what they've uncovered and the powerful pull of their enduring feelings for you. They are engulfed in a tumultuous battle between walking away and advocating for this bond, with each heartbeat drawing them back toward you in the suffocating silence that ensued. They have encountered an emotion they never anticipated, fear, not of losing you, but of misjudging you. Fear of making an erroneous choice. Fear that the truth they stumbled upon might only be a fraction of a larger narrative. They find themselves scrutinizing their phone, yearning to reach out, longing to hear your voice, convinced that only you can quell the storm within which they are ensnared. Yet, each time they raise their hand to call, the weight of that discovery immobilizes them. Their feelings are in turmoil. And still, they cannot relinquish the hope that perhaps there is a more profound understanding to achieve before making a final decision. Stay with me as the ensuing events promise an equally profound shake-up. The truth they unveiled has undeniably altered everything, yet it has not extinguished their love for you. If anything, it has compelled them to observe you with greater scrutiny, unfiltered honesty, and heightened intensity than ever before. They are beginning to recognize that individuals do not always unearth their deepest truths easily. Often, it is fear, timing, and vulnerability that thwart such revelations. Now, instead of conceding defeat, they are bracing themselves for a moment that could radically reshape the very essence of this connection. What lies ahead is not merely unexpected, it is life-altering. My beloved child, the situation is approaching a boiling point, and the emotional landscape within their heart is far more intense than you can possibly fathom. Following the revelation of this truth, they have been locked in an internal struggle. One portion of them crumbled while the other resolutely clings to hope. They frequently recall the way you looked at them, how your presence transformed their world, and how your energy consistently felt unique. The more they contemplate it, the dawn of a powerful realization emerges: you were worth the proposal for a reason. This connection was not mere coincidence. It was neither random nor fleeting. It was a force that had been drawing you both together long before your awareness of it. In the hours that followed their discovery, they undertook an action unknown to you. They did not weep or flee, they chose not to embrace anger. Instead, they sat in solitude within a dimly lit room, caressing the ring intended for you, allowing it to turn slowly in their fingers. Each turn invoked a cherished memory: your laughter, your voice, your unexpected gentleness, your fervor, your silence, your very essence. Despite their aching heart, something within whispered, perhaps this truth does not define your entirety. That whisper grew louder, stronger, and undeniably compelling. It ignited questions about whether their response had been hasty, whether they should have sought your insight before arriving at conclusions. This salvaged fear eventually transformed into a promising ember of hope. Stay close and remain attentive, for the shift occurring within them is significant. Instead of retreating, they are now preparing to confront everything directly, armed not with allegations or wrath, but with authenticity. Vulnerable, unguarded honesty rests in their intentions. They realize that love is not founded upon perfect tales but rather upon confronting truths together. Henceforth, they are moving toward you with an intention poised to greatly influence both your lives. They stand ready to listen, ready to comprehend you, ready to discover why certain aspects remained veiled. The coming moment, one that has the potential to alter everything, awaits. My beloved child, the atmosphere has intensified, morphing into something charged, almost predestined. After extensive deliberation, the individual who almost proposed has attained clarity. They understand that evading the truth will not salvage anything. Ignoring their feelings cannot stifle their heart, and feigning indifference is a fruitless endeavor, as every reminiscence of you reverberates with the same intensity as it did on the very first encounter. Thus, they are taking a step forward with an unexpected boldness. Although the discovery gnaws at them, What they harbor for you proves mightier than the doubts vying to pull them back. Amidst this emotional tempest, they engaged in an unforeseen act, sitting down, inhaling deeply, and voicing your name as though saying it could illuminate their next move. Upon articulating your name, a shift coursed through them, a tranquility, a compelling realization that their affection transcends fiction, it is anchored in genuine connection. They are beginning to ascertain that your discretion may not have been meant to deceive but rather stemmed from fear of losing them, of judgment, and of revealing your most delicate self. This singular thought began to dismantle the barriers occupying their consciousness. Rather than interrogating you, they wished to understand you. Stay with me until the concluding essence reveals itself, for this next twist will dictate the trajectory of your entire narrative. They have ceased the over-analysis, they have halted their vacillation and have cast off the burden of running from the truth. Now, they seek answers not to ensnare you or affix blame but rather to grasp your heart in its entirety. In the imminent moments, they are preparing to take an action that may astound you. They are ready to reach out, ready to converse, and ready to glean the truth directly from your lips. The decision they are about to undertake will delineate whether they step back into your life with confidence or walk away forever. My beloved child, everything is converging towards a pivotal climax where destiny itself appears to hold its breath. After enduring a tumultuous interplay of confusion, fear, and longing, this individual has finally arrived at the resolution that silence is no longer tenable. They can no longer speculate on the implications of the truth that remains unexplored. They cannot continue replaying that fateful moment without gaining insight into your perspective. And now, with their heart racing more fervently than it did on the fateful day of their proposal, they are stepping decisively toward a choice that could completely redefine the contours of your relationship. Their hands tremble not from doubt but from the weight of their profound love for you. As the night deepens, they lift their phone once again, this time infused with assurance rather than anxiety. They open your contact, gaze at your name, and in that fleeting moment, they feel every internal barrier fracture. They replay memories of your voice, your smile, and the small nuances that shifted their world in immeasurable ways. This recollection alone is sufficient to dismantle every wall they endeavored to construct. Their thumb lingers over the call button, their breath quickens, and a singular resolution resonates within: I need to hear the truth directly from them, not through others. With this realization, the trepidation surrounding confrontation dissipates, replaced by an earnest desire to comprehend your reality. Even if the truth brings discomfort, even if it changes the narrative irrevocably, remain with me as the moment of connection draws tantalizingly near. What they are gearing up to express transcends simplicity, it bears weight. They are armed with inquiries that could breach the silence enveloping you both in mere heartbeats. However, they are also arriving with something far more potent: an openness to listen. They do not choose anger, they do not choose estrangement. Instead, they choose sincerity, clarity, and the prospect of reconstructing something that nearly eluded them. As they prepare to face the truth at last, the exchange of words between you will determine whether this tale collapses or evolves into a bond stronger than ever before. The feelings you've been experiencing, the weighty, omnipresent sense of inevitability, are at last coming to light. After facing the turmoil that has ravaged their heart, this individual has now arrived at a profound clarity. They cannot escape their emotions towards you, nor can they suppress the truth resonating within them. Rather than clinging to fear, they are opting for courage, true, vulnerable courage. They have come to the realization that the only path forward is to confront you directly, not with accusations, but with the sincerity reserved for those they genuinely cherish. Their heart races and their breath is uneven, yet their resolve is unwavering. In the quiet of the night, they find themselves pacing, rehearsing the words they wish to share, not as a speech or a lecture, but as a heartfelt confession of their readiness to give and commit deeply, revealing the unexpected power of feelings that had emerged between you. They are preparing to ask a simple yet transformative question: why didn't you tell me? This inquiry does not stem from a desire to judge but from a genuine wish to understand you, not the version the world sees, but the authentic you. Love underpins every question they formulate, not doubt. Stay with me, the stakes of this narrative are rising rapidly. They are on the brink of action, reaching out, dialing your number, stepping into your presence, and breaking through the silence that has held you both in limbo. They are determined not to lose you, unwilling to let misunderstandings overshadow what could have been extraordinary. With their emotions laid bare and their intentions crystal clear, they stand ready to take the crucial step that may either reopen the door between you or shut it forever. The next moments will reveal the choice they make and how it will reshape everything that follows. My dear child, the tension surrounding this moment has become almost palpable. After days filled with introspection, their efforts to rebuild their emotional framework, and a confrontation with the truths they've uncovered, they have reached a point where hesitation can no longer be an option. They understand that remaining silent threatens to obliterate everything meaningful between you. They know that avoiding you will not diminish the truth, and deep within themselves, they recognize that their feelings for you vastly outweigh the fears that once loomed large. Now, an intense surge within compels them to confront you, not tomorrow or later, but now. Their heart beats rapidly with a mix of courage and hopeful anticipation. As they hold the phone, their thoughts collide like waves. What if you had a reason? What if you were merely protecting yourself? What if the truth they discovered was incomplete? For the first time, they grasp that love isn't about knowing every detail. It's about understanding enough to remain steadfast. At this moment, their readiness to comprehend you has never been more profound. Their thumb moves toward the call button, breath quickening, heart urging them forward under the straightforward message: I need to hear their voice. I need to know the true story. This act is not one of weakness but rather a resurgence of courage and a refusal for their love to wither unnoticed. Stand by me, because the step they are about to take is monumental. They have exhausted their imaginings of endings, relinquished the power of silence, and dismissed fear as the arbiter of this connection. Now, with unvarnished emotions and ascending truths, they are prepared to traverse the line between uncertainty and resolution. The air palpables, their hands steadying, their heart aligning with one decisive choice. The action they will take next will not merely confront the truth, they believe it has the potency to rewrite everything they once feared losing. The subsequent moments will divulge precisely what they express when they finally reach you, my cherished child. The clash of the moment they've resisted, dreaded, yearned for, and circled back to has converged with reality. After enduring hours of emotional upheaval and contending with every internal conflict that sought to steer them away, they find themselves resolutely unable to withdraw. Their feelings surge triumphantly over any lingering doubts. Their need to understand you demolishes every internal barricade. And with trembling hands and a heartbeat that reverberates, they press the call button. The ringing resonates like thunder, each second eliciting a shock wave through their chest, for this is not merely a phone call, it is a conscious choice for truth, clarity, and for you. When your voice finally answers, the entirety of their world stills. All fears dissolve in an instant, replaced by a fresh surge of emotion too overwhelming to contain. Initially, they find themselves speechless, simply absorbing the cadence of your breath and warmth in your greeting. Then, an emotional dam bursts within them. The words flow out, raw, unfiltered, unguarded. I need to talk to you. I need to grasp what is real. Their voice quakes, not from anger, but from an embrace of vulnerability. They are not reaching out to admonish you or confront you with resentment. They call because their heart refused to abandon the truth that only you can share. They wish to comprehend, to listen, to know you beyond the narrative they stumbled upon. Stay engaged, as what unfolds next is pivotal in the arc of this tale. As they express themselves, their emotions drape over each word: pain, hope, confusion, love, and fear, entwined together. Yet beneath it all resides something far more profound, the persistent truth that they still desire you. Regardless of the tumult. They are prepared to hear your perspective, to endure the challenges of the fire alongside you, and to reconstruct what nearly fell apart. Their voice trembles with anticipation, and they await your reply, one singular response that will determine whether your story concludes tonight or evolves into something unbreakable. My dear child, when your breath enters the conversation, a transformative energy permeates the space between you, transcending the chaos and fears and fortifying the bond. They perceive the hesitation in your voice, the extended silence, the heartfelt sounds that echo through the gaps. In that delicate moment, realization dawns: you were not hiding to hurt them. You were concealing your fears of losing someone you were coming to deeply value. This revelation strikes them with formidable force. Their pulse slows, anger dissipates, and they realize they are no longer confronting a misstep, but witnessing a truth that warrants acknowledgement. As you begin to articulate your thoughts, every sentence envelopes their heart. You do not defend your actions, instead, you unveil your authentic self. You are not attempting to withdraw but are finally allowing them to perceive the aspects of yourself you have long kept safeguarded. The more you reveal, the more their emotions transition, from shock to understanding, crystallizing into unbreakable resolve. They begin to grasp the burdens you were bearing, the motivations behind your decisions, and the fears concealed in your silence. For the first time since discovering the truth, they recognize an understanding they nearly overlooked: you were never the issue. The surrounding world generated the distractions, but the connection between you remained genuine, robust, and deeper than the misunderstanding seeking to rend it asunder. Stay here, as the moment unfolding now is utterly transformative and irrevocable. As they attune to your explanation, their grip on the phone tightens, breath normalizes, and a serenity emerges, a peace they have long sought. They softly utter your name, not drenched in doubt or frustration, but with profound sincerity. Their voice, trembling with a blend of trepidation and hope, utters the words that change everything. I didn't know the complete truth, but now that I do, I don't want to lose you. Those words encapsulate the weight of every tear shed, every mental struggle faced, and every moment on the brink of departure. The path now lies in the hands of both of you, a choice that will dictate whether this moment marks an ending or the commencement of something new. My beloved child, the silence that follows their declaration feels as if the universe is collectively holding its breath. Those words, "I don't want to lose you," are not uttered lightly, casually, or out of confusion. They stem from deep within, a place that has been yearning, breaking, healing, and in pursuit of you all at once. As the gravity of those words settles within the shared space, something compelling stirs, a truth neither can ignore. Their voice steadies, though their spirit quakes. They have made a choice, you. Even in the wake of revelation, amidst fear and everything discovered, this decision reflects the impact your presence has had on their life. In that tender yet charged moment, you sense your own defenses cracking. The guilt you carried, the fears you concealed, the truth you dreaded to articulate, all rise to the surface. Yet, rather than retreating, you move closer. Your voice alters. Your breath steadies, allowing vulnerability to emerge as you share the unfiltered truth. You reveal the reasons behind your silence, the anxieties that plagued you regarding loss, and the significance you unexpectedly found in them. As your words flow, their heart softens entirely. The individual who once felt fragmented is now a receptive listener, every utterance from you an invisible thread stitching you back together. Stay with me, for what unfolds next is the pivotal moment toward which everything has led. They do not retreat, they do not question your motives, nor awaken the storm that nearly obliterated your connection. Instead, they inhale deeply, a breath signifying a soul-level commitment to action. In a voice rich with emotion and sincerity, they propose something you did not anticipate. If this is the truth, let us begin anew. Not from fear or concealment, but from the very start. These words do not erase the past, rather, they redefine the future, marking a juncture where previous plans did not falter, but patiently awaited the light of truth. With both hearts laid bare and destiny shifting toward you, everything that transpires next will be rooted in a foundation stronger than secrecy, honesty, connection, and a love that defied breaking, even under the most intense scrutiny.